What's up? You're getting your daily dose of LoweTivation. This is episode 246. Real quick, just wanted to talk to you guys about what I was thinking about. And today I was mostly thinking about anxiety because I've been really noticing during this mental health journey, you know, kind of like just studying my anxiety amongst the other billions of things I have going on that I'm trying to work on. My anger, depression, weight, everything in my life. But anxiety is a big one. A lot of these things fuel each other. I've noticed my depression really fuels my anxiety and vice versa. So it really, and there's so many different things. There's a big mental side of it, but then there's a physical side. And I think when you feel a certain way physically from something you eat or just how you feel physically, maybe some pain, whatever it is, might trigger your thoughts on the mental side of things, and then it just mixes together, and now you're physically in pain and whatever you're going through, plus mentally, you know, beating yourself up for whatever's happening. It's a big mixture of stuff. You have a lot of control of the narrative in your mind, and I never used to think you did, because I used to be so overwhelmed and so just engulfed in the chaos of it all. Because like I said, there's the physical side, and then there's the mental side, and then you just have all the life stresses, so many things coming at you when you can't handle just even the littlest thing, and now you have all these big things mixing together. It's hard to separate the shit and analyze what's happening in all these different lanes of shit that are coming at you. So I'm just saying, my study of my anxiety over this mental health journey so far, I've noticed that you do have a pretty big control over your mind and over the narrative of what's happening. And I've been able to see this in the middle of having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, full-on depression. There's a part of me where I can kind of be aware, and I think that part of being aware in the moment, I think people that have mental health issues and don't want to work on it and aren't working on it, it feels like you don't have any control and that you never will. But I can tell you, even in the beginning of working on things, I started to see a different perspective when different things that I have going on start to happen. So in regards to anxiety, I've noticed that it gets worse and worse if I don't try to interject and get in there and take a hold of some of the narrative. Because I think what happens is when your anxiety levels get really, really high, especially if it's coming on because of mental stuff that you're thinking and making worse by just thinking the worst and feeling really shitty, and then maybe even wanting to punish yourself. So, you know, the world's ending, everything's horrible, everybody's out to get me, and then you just might be feeling off physically as well. And in the middle of that, you have a choice to add negative or positive stuff. So you might feel like it's out of control because you just feel a high level of anxiety, but you also can throw positive things at that. And that works for anger, and that works for depression. And you might think, oh, that's not gonna do anything. What's the point? Why would I just say crazy positive stuff? I'm saying for me, I've noticed myself saying really crazy, out of the world, just stupid, negative stuff. And I'm tired of it. I've done it my entire life. It can't hurt to throw crazy, out there, really positive stuff and try to train yourself over time to make it a habit to be as positive as possible in any situation. But with anxiety, sometimes I've found that it feels like you're a little bit more out of control, and that's part of what the anxiety is about, mixed with a bunch of other feelings. But you feel like you're a little bit out of control, you're feeling really off. I know physically, I almost don't even feel like I'm me. I feel like, just like my soul isn't aligned with my body. It's a really odd feeling, and if you haven't had it, you can probably tell it's very just full of discomfort and just not feeling right. And it's really hard to explain unless you've had it, but that's the best I can explain for my anxiety. And all I'm saying is throwing as much positive thoughts towards your anxiety. Venting definitely helps, and just focusing on these things will help you to see how your anxiety levels go higher on certain days connected to certain things. So if it's in your control, even just the slightest, a little bit of mind control in those moments when we feel overwhelmed, you have the choice to think whatever you want. And so what I'm saying is, during a huge anxiety attack, if you're feeling and thinking like all this crazy shit, why not just start throwing stuff in there? Be like, I'm the coolest person in the world. Nothing's ever gonna hurt me. I'm gonna live forever. Whatever, even if it sounds insane, think about all the other things that you've thought negative about yourself that you know is not true, but you're saying because you're punishing yourself, or whatever you've said to add on to your anxiety that's getting worse and worse. So you have control of what you can think, even in the moments when you feel like you don't. And I just wanted to point that out because I've noticed it, and my anxiety levels are getting so much better. And even when they get out of control, I notice it, and I'm able to just try to be as positive as I can. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're up to, I'm right here every day trying to fight my anxiety with some mind control and be as positive as I can. Same thing for whatever issues I'm working on. Anyway, much love.